Okay, here we go. Here's another session of Did You Know or Not? You probably did, and but I'm going to talk about it anyway because it's something that interests me, and I kind of want to set people straight because I hear this all the time about these different symbols and their connotations, and this is an evil symbol, that's a bad symbol, that's satanic, that's this, that's that, and that means evil omens, and people really got to get their facts straight. They really talk without finding out for sure what they are talking about. Religion has something to do with that because they just tell you it's bad, and if you're a sheep and you just take it as it's bad, it's said to be bad without checking into it or doing any study of it. But when you do study into it, you end up finding out that it's not exactly what is being said. So the first one we're going to go into is one of the most common symbols in the world, everywhere. Everybody knows this symbol for sure. The cross, which I wear many of. I have them everywhere, and they're in my home and whatnot. The principal symbol of the Christian religion is the cross. It's the crucifix. Recalling the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, of course, the redeeming benefits of his passion and his death for us. So therefore we carry that burden on our chest because we wear a crucifix. Yeah. In this, both it's a sign of both Christ himself and of the Christian faith now. It has become. However, it has not always been that way. Early Christians would not wear a crucifix. They would not see it as something to be honored because, well, it's like, let's say Jesus had been put in an electric chair. We're going to walk around with Jesus Christ sitting in an electric chair? Like, why would you do that? That's, why would you, make that your symbol of faith, like the moment of his death. However, that's what the Christian faith is based upon. And yes, I was raised a Roman Catholic, so I know all about the sign of the cross and the passion of Christ and whatnot. So to get back to this now, the Christian cross as a Christian symbol has its roots in ancient paganism. There were mystics and magi and men and people being crucified for all kinds of reasons, and most of the time because they volunteered for, like, that's where your scarecrow came from. It's from, like, they take a man because they're having a drought or they're having a hard season and they want to change that, so they crucify him in the middle of a field. He gives his life so that life will grow and continue, and sustenance will be there. So yes, it's rooted in paganism for sure. the use of the Christian cross as a Christian symbol began after the time of the Constantine, which occurred 3 centuries after the coming of Christ. That's when they actually started using it as a symbol. So it took centuries for it to catch on as a symbol. Before that, nobody wanted to be seen with a rope because it was sacrilegious. It was, oh my God, you're wearing an effigy of my crucified Son of God. It makes sense to me. I don't know. Maybe but I would find that kind of morbid myself. I still sometimes do. Okay, so now let's see here. Okay, well, now we're going to go into the cross again, still the upside down cross. That is something that is very debated and talked about. Upside down crosses are supposed to represent Satan or demons or Antichrist or all these different things. However, in the Catholic Church, the upside down cross is called the cross of St. Peter, or the Petrine cross, because he was crucified upside down, because and there was others too, saints and that were crucified upside down because they felt they did not deserve and were not worthy to be crucified as their Lord. So, in that being so, it's not what we are taught. Watch a scary movie, and if it's an upside down cross, well, it's got to be Satanists or a demonic spirit. That's misinformation. Now, next thing to go into, the pentagram. Woo! There's one that really messes up people's beliefs and understandings, and they really are not aware of it, and it's very sad, because the 5-pointed star is not a symbol created by Satanists. It was not just created by Satanists. One way means protection, one way means cursing. So the upside down one is a cursing. Right side up one is blessing and protection. The actual meaning of the star in mysticism and other practices such as that, witchcraft and whatnot, it's the 5 elements. It's air, fire, water, earth, and spirit. These all that makes everything whole. That's what it represents in much of ritualistic and spiritual or magical uses. The star itself has been used in most religions one way or another forever. Like, it appears everywhere. And how can it, that's the total misunderstanding or misinformation that we're fed by. And I don't like to dote on and be harsh on Christian beliefs. I'm a Solemite, so I use the Bible all the time. I believe And I'm all about the Psalms, King David, King Solomon, Enoch, from before even the Bible. But the thing is, I'm not anti-Christian. I know a lot of Christian people, and I love to talk to them, and I love to discuss different elements of their beliefs and their ways of looking and viewing the Bible. It's a very wonderful teaching. If you love it and it brings you faith and goodness and safety, then all be it to you. I'm all for it. I just wanted to bring up another point about the star. The pentagram was the official seal of the city of Jerusalem at one point. So, no, that's not the seal of Solomon. That's not the Star of David. It was the pentagram, the 5-pointed star. So that's something most don't know, that the holiest city on the earth, in most people's perspectives these days, is Jerusalem, and its symbol was the pentagram. So that's look it up. It's true. I had to. Who knows it all, right? Okay, we're going to hit another one here. And this one is going to really, I don't know, probably going to offend some people, maybe. I hope not. But it's actual fact. And I'm not, you get my point once I go through it. We all know the swastika. Since World War II, we know the swastika. We know, or we think we know, what it stands for. Nazism, death to Jews, all these different evil things. However, a very evil demonic man took a very religious symbol, changed the footings on it to face the other way, and took it as his own and made it an evil symbol. But the swastika itself is not evil. The men and the people who were using it were evil. Okay, universally a religious symbol. It's as old as mankind. It's as old as we are. The swastika. Of course, swastika. Damn Hitler. Anyway, it actually is a marker. It was a symbol to mark the sun's travel. Marks the beginning of many Buddhist scriptures. And here's one place you'll find it still to this day, reverent as can be, as in the Buddhist belief. It's engraved upon the Buddhist relics. It's often incised on the soles of the feet of the Buddha in statues. There are Buddhists and there are monks and there are spiritualists who actually have the swastika tattooed to the soles of their feet. This to bless the ground and to show continuance of their path. I guess what it comes down to is any symbol can become a bad symbol in man's eyes. It just takes a bad person to use it. for whatever nefarious reason or means, and it becomes bad, and it's hard to change that. The most common mistakes made by people who are confronted by this is they don't realize that Hitler took this symbol and made it his. And I think at this point, those are a few symbols that are debated upon a lot, and that people I don't think really understand much. But I hope this brought a little bit of understanding to somebody. And if you have any questions, answers, if something I missed, something I left out, something I said wrong, can't always be right, let me know in the comments below. Subscribe and like if you can. That'll help my channel. And as always, be safe.